Hey guys, welcome to another Csec lesson in IT. Alright, so today we'll be looking at types of storage. So let's get into it. And if you're new here and this is your first video, please check out the series. This is just a continuation of what we have so far. So yeah, and remember to check out our app. The link will be in the description, or you might see it someplace on this video as well. Alright, so with that said, let's get into it. And remember guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have a friend who is struggling with IT, please share this video. I recommend it to that person. They'll be happy and you'll be happy you did. Alright, so let's get back to it now. So there are two types of main storage, and that's primary storage and secondary storage. So this video will be focusing mostly on primary storage, so let's get into that. Alright, so you have RAM, which is RAM, and ROM. So RAM and ROM. Alright, so let's deal with RAM first. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. The RAM stores the current instructions and the data that the computer is using. RAM is read-write memory, which means it can store new data. RAM is volatile, however, which means if your computer so happens to get switched off, or the electricity goes off for any reason at all the data stored in RAM will be lost. The difference now is with ROM, that's ROM, which stands for Read Only Memory. ROM stores the instructions to start up the computer system. These instructions are normally fixed by the factory where the computer was built. Let's look further at ROM some more. ROM, once again I said it stands for read only, which means the instructions cannot be changed, hence the reason it's called read only. ROM is non-volatile, so these instructions are not lost when the computer is turned off. No, we're living in modern times, so there are also other forms of ROM that can be altered where after they leave the factory, and there are two of them. These are known as PROM and EPROM. PROM and EPROM. PROM means programmable read-only memory. PROM is blank when it leaves the factory and the instructions are added later by a programmer, such as yourself. You can think of yourself as would-be programmers if in the future you decide to go into programming, which is really writing instructions for the computer to execute or to do. Okay, that's what really a programmer does. Alright, so when you write your instructions to your PROM, which is your programmable read-only memory, they are now fixed and cannot be changed. So it's important that you write the right stuff to it. EPROM, which means erasable, programmable, read-only memory. If EPROM is exposed to ultraviolet light, it is wiped clean. So that's sunlight, because that's one of our sources of ultraviolet light. So it can be reused to store new instructions. Alright, so here comes your first quiz. Let's look at it. Alright, so far we have covered some key terms in this particular chapter of this video. And you should be familiar with these terms. And if you're not, please look it up and give me an answer for this in the comment section. So tell me, volatile storage. State in your own words, what is volatile storage? Alright, that's one. Number two, in your own words, state one example that you know of non-volatile storage in your own words. Try to make your answers as unique as possible. Look what someone else has written in the comment section and write your own. And let's see who comes up with the correct answer. Alright, so let's get into data. And data are data. Some persons pronounce it data and some persons pronounce it data. Anyway, it both works. Okay, so let's get back to it. RAM and ROM store data and instructions in binary form. Typically, this is an electronic signal or electronic signals that can be an on or off. So they're written as a 1 for on and the other as 0 for off. So that's 1 and zeros. That's where the term ones and zeros come from. Okay, so let's go over that one. So, as I said, they are in binary form. They are typically electronic signals that can be either an off or an on, which is a 1 or a 0. So that's how your computer recognizes information. It recognizes it in terms of ones and zeros, or a 1 or a 0. So it's either an on or an off. Bit. A single on or off signal, which is 1 or 0, is called a bit. This is short for a binary digit. Okay? So don't get confused. So that's a bit. Going over it again. It's a single on or off signal, which is a 1 or 0, and it's called a bit, which is short for binary digit. Now let's get to byte, spelled B-Y-T-E, not B-I-T-E. That's a whole different byte. Okay, so byte, it's a group of bits big enough to store one character, which is called a byte. So it's a group of bits big enough to store one letter or a character. They are normally bits in a byte. Okay, so storage capacity are measured in bytes. Alright, so don't get it confused. There's a bit and there's a byte. So bit would be a single unit and byte would be a group of bits big enough to store a character or even a letter. Alright guys, so hopefully this gives you a better idea of data and primary storage. Remember to do the homework that was in this video. The answer must be posted in the comment section and it will aid you on your learning. And remember to get the app if you haven't done so. It's definitely a good aid in terms of your studying and revision. Alright, and thank you for watching this video. And remember to share it with your classmates. Tell your classmates about this series. And yes, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Okay?